This is the moment I've been waiting for since my plane touchdown here in Dubai. An entire baby camel sitting before us.
Welcome to Dubai, a city where you can fill your stomach for a few bucks or spend thousands on luxury 7-star dining. And in between, the best Indian, Pakistani, and Middle Eastern food you'll find anywhere.
Oh my God, yes. I like food that requires heavy machinery. This is some big boy food.
In this ultimate Dubai series, I'm exploring the extremes of the United Arab Emirates.
Oh, this thing is massive.
From budget-friendly biryanis that cost only a couple of bucks.
Can you tell if I got a head or a butt?
To 7-star dining at a hotel that costs $3,000 a night. But first, I'm taking on real, authentic Emirati cuisine.
This, I believe, is the head. Oh.
Seeing if I can eat $100 worth of local street food in one day. Let's move.
Behind me, our first location, a humble breakfast eatery known as Al Shandaga restaurant. Not a huge restaurant. Did I say humble? That doesn't matter. What they lack in seating, they make up for with an insanely expansive menu, including traditional Emirati breakfast foods, something they call a donut, though it does not look like any donut I've seen. Let me go inside and we'll take a closer look. As we move into the restaurant, you can see the menu. We're gonna be starting with this, lekemat, also known in Arabic as lekemat. I know a little bit of Arabic. Good morning, we're about to make breakfast with my guy, Masu Rana. We've got oil going here, then right here we have the lekemat batter. In a moment, his hands are gonna form some perfectly shaped balls. He gives the oil a little bit of a stir. He puts in a little bitty ball into the oil and it begins to fry. This guy is moving quick. Boom, boom, boom. Every 3 seconds, another ball. From here, he takes his spoons and he gives each of them a little bit of a flip. This is gonna be the perfect way to start the day. After frying, he takes it out, drains some of the oil, and moves the lekemat over to here. Boom, behind me, Ali is gonna be assembling our lekemat, starting with a date syrup going on our plate. Then he takes the fried balls and places those on the plate. From here, the date syrup goes on top of everything. Finally, we have sesame seeds sprinkled on top. And that right there is our final dish, except for we need to see one more dish being made. Where'd that guy go? Oh, there you are. Here we have a dish known as ragat, and it starts on this hot plate. You put a little water on it. Right here we have the ragat batter. He gets a nice big clump of batter and he puts it here onto this hot plate. And that he begins to move around. Sections of it absolutely stick onto that hot steel. He grabs an egg and he cracks that on top. He breaks the egg, he moves it around. Now, 2 wedges of laughing cow cheese. They get squished and moved around. What? From here, he takes a bag of chips and he scatters those around the entire pancake. Next, hot sauce. Here we have a Emirati fish sauce. And then of course, a spatula from Home Depot. This can be used for removing paint, but also for flipping your pancake. He flips it twice, creating a perfect wedge. Oh, right here, I'm having my first meal ever in Dubai. Emirati breakfast. Come take a look. This right here, $5. This right here, $2. I want to get started with this. Any special advice to me, or just go for it?
Go for it.
Meet Kiani, a local food content creator born and raised in Dubai. Today, he'll be my Emirati guide for this Emirati street food.
Cheers. It's really good. You see, perfectly fried balls are insanely crunchy on the outside. They're fluffy on the inside. It's so delicious. The date syrup, oddly enough, reminds me of a maple syrup. It has a similar type of sweetness. I love it.
Emirati people make up less than 10% of the population here in the UAE, meaning here in Dubai, they're a minority in their own city. So I wonder how that affects being able to find Emirati food, rather than the more common Indian or Pakistani food.
Now it's very easy. Back then we just finished by Indian. Our breakfast at home, like each house is different, but you could find more Indian food than Emirati food.
So often when I see people showing food videos of Dubai, I'm seeing Indian food and Pakistani food, but I'm not seeing something like this. This is called ragat, the flat pancake, and what it's known for especially is what they put inside, which is Emirati fish sauce.
Yeah, this fish sauce is very unique. So it's fermented fish and they keep it to the sun, dry, and then they smash it, they add some water and salt and that. It's very different than what you tried in Asia.
It smells like a heavy amount of spice. It doesn't smell that fishy, actually. I'm gonna mainline this stuff.
It's gonna give you a heart attack, but go for it.
Cheers. Wow, it's so spice heavy. Fish is giving it some umami. I like it. Now we take a bite of this. Yeah, I've got a lot of egg, a ton of cheese, and then you get a little bit of this, which a heavy taste of cumin. I love it. This is our fuel, but we have a lot more to see, a lot more money to spend. Let's move. All right, folks, we have arrived here at our second location. Behind me, a grocery. And he has left. Okay, in this grocery store, there is a childhood snack that every Emirati person knows. I'm gonna go inside to discover which ingredient he's getting. Where'd you go, Kiani?
You find me only in the chips section.
He either said he's going to the chips section or the cheap section. Either way, I'm on board.
This is the snack that brings back memories. Chips Oman.
That's a different country.
We prefer the Omani chips.
Oman, they know what they're doing when it comes to chips.
Yeah.
But what else are we adding to these chips?
Come with me. The original Lebanon. This is one of the OG. And then we have the hot sauce. So these three ingredients combined together is going to bring back your memory.
Yes, my sweet, sweet memories of being a young Emirati boy.
First thing you need to do is you're going to shake it and then you're going to open. First thing you need to do is you need to smell it.
Oh, like fresh ground coffee. Smells good. It smells like seasoned chips.
The second thing is you need to add this one to chips.
Oh God, I can feel the coldness of the yogurt going into the chip bag. It feels like it shouldn't be happening.
The last ingredient, this spicy sauce.
I love that your childhood snack includes chips from Oman and hot sauce from the USA.
Now to the last step is we need to shake a little bit.
Give it a little bit of a mix.
It's ready.
What's ready? What happened?
So first thing, you need to drink the yogurt.
Oh, okay, I get it. It's like a savory yogurt now.
Exactly.
A little spicy.
Spices comes from the chips Oman and the spicy level from the spicy sauce. Just bring it a little bit up until you can have crispy, crunchy chips.
Oh, I'm not sure about the crispy, crunchy part. Why do I love that? The chips are slightly soggy, but they've kind of soaked up the flavor of the yogurt. It's like a perfect tag team. Gosh dang. If I was in a weird psychotic Mr. Beast video and made to live in this convenience store, I never would have thought of mixing these two items, and I like it very much. The chips, the yogurt, and the whole bottle of hot sauce, which you can eat later on its own if you want to. $2. Not bad, but also not really helping us get to $100. That's why we have a lot of food remaining. Let's move. We have come to our next location. Right behind me, the Sambusa King. Now, if you didn't know, the word sambusa is a regional variation of the word samosa influenced by the Arabic language. So is the samosa in and of itself exciting? No. But here, they're giving it a bit of an upgrade. Let's go inside and find out how. Let's also get out of the sun because I'm gonna get skin cancer in 45 seconds. This way to the kitchen. We're not actually ready yet. Let me set up lights.
2,000 years later.
Right now, I am literally inside the Sambusa King. Kitchen. Right here, the sambusa. This is the king of sambusa. He has more than one type. First of all of this right here, vegetable sambusa. Beyond the vegetable, they also have this, a meaty sambusa. This is full of camel and shark. Which one do you like more, vegetarian or?
And the cheese salt, cheese craft, cheese za'atar, cheese with chips Oman, and the pizza, prawns, and the mixed sambusa.
I think he just said every English food word he knew in a row. Is that what happened?
What?
Exactly. So these are all raw. We gotta throw them in some oil, right? My guy Rashad is coming here with a huge platter and dumping it all at once into this wok. My gosh, that is a hot wok. Meanwhile, he's scooping up even more sambusa. That also gets put into the hot oil. More? How about one more? Perfect. Oh. Almost perfect. So these are the veggie sambusa. Meanwhile, we have these right here full of every kind of meat on the planet, apparently. Each sambusa fighting for its place in the oil, like a bunch of Chinese people in a wave pool. Yeah, see, it's the same. The meat samosas come out of the oil, they get a little bit of a shake, and they head over to their final resting place. And our veggie sambusas, golden and crispy. Right here we have our meat sambusa. What we're gonna do soon is turn this into a bigger food. But I do wanna try this because I wanna see how it tastes. That's really good. Very crunchy. I got green chilies, I got a little bit of cheese, and perhaps some tiny little morsels of minced meat. It's outstanding, I love it. Here's what I've just learned from my guy Rashad. Turns out these are all completely different. So in the dish that they're about to make, it includes all these different varieties of sambusa. Some are falafel, some are full of meat, and some are just full of cheese. The great saucening begins starting with a white sauce. Right here, a spicy green sauce. Drips and drabs of hot sauce dropping upon the sambusa. A familiar ingredient in today's foods, chips Oman, getting sprinkled on like fine slices of truffle. We have the final product and it looks amazing. Essentially what I would call sambusa or samosa nachos. The white sauce, they say it's a king sauce. I go, cool, but like what is it? And he said king sauce. And I go, oh, but like what's in it? And he said king sauce. Nice. Let's give it a shot. Oh, that's good. Crunchy, salty, spicy. I think the king sauce might be a garlicky type yogurt thing. The most fun part of this is that each time you pick up a sambusa, you have no idea what's gonna be inside. My guy, what is in there?
This one sambusa chicken.
Chickeny goodness. The green sauce, indeed spicy, sour, fresh, very salty. Let's try another one. Do you know what's in that one?
Za'atar.
Kiani, what is za'atar?
Platter comes with roasted sesame and suma. They mix this with olive oil. Za'atar.
Very sour, but the crunch is losing out to all that sauce. Next, I'm trying my last one before we move on to the next food. That's something different. What's that?
This one, keema.
Keema is a delicious minced beef. It's seasoned, it's juicy. That might be my favorite so far. So those are the sambusa nachos, but my guys, we are in the sambusa kingdom right now, and there's more food to be had here. Let's move on to the next dish. Boom, I'm in the front kitchen now with my guy Mohammed, and he's about to make a dastardly sandwich. Step one, he cuts the hot dog bun in half. He splits it open, and he applies something called puck white cheese. From here, he takes a couple of sambusas, and he smooshes them against the bread. The Oman chips popping and being sprinkled on top of the sandwich. Now we have that white king sauce making an appearance, and the green sauce too. Finally, a hit of some spicy sauce. And that is how you make the Sambusa King special sandwich. Boom, we have our final food from the Sambusa King. Let's talk about the price. We're almost halfway through our day of eating, and I feel like I'm getting close to $100. Let's find out for sure. The first dish we had, the Sambusa Nachos, $5.50. But this right here, my guy,
$1.50.
it is literally a hot dog bun with random ingredients from the kitchen. Let's give it a shot. That is Middle Eastern comfort food. What do you think? Give it a shot.
It's really good. I feel like I'm a king round.
Whatever mac and cheese is to you, that's what this is to folks in this area. We've got the vegetable sambusa inside. So it's got potato, it's full of masala, and it's got tons of different sauces on top. I love it. So far today, we've had breakfast and a couple of snacky foods, but from here, it's only gonna get more substantial. And later today, we'll be ending with an epic Emirati seafood platter. But next, what is our next thing?
It's also a Emirati restaurant.
But next, something else. Boom, we've come to our next location. Behind me, a restaurant known as Haris Al Farij. Now, Haris is a very fascinating food. Actually, I had a similar food when I was in Oman 6 years ago. There, they call it halim. Halim is a unique mixture of wheat, goat, and ghee. It's fat, protein, and carbs beaten and soaked together until it becomes a new, unusual, fascinating texture. That is what we're gonna see inside of there. Let's go inside and see what it looks like. This place is awesome. Wait until you see the size of this pot. This is the haris, and here we have the mixer. He inserts it, and he goes wild. Have you ever seen anything like it? Look at the texture of this haris right here. It is so thick and goopy. You cannot use an ordinary mixer here. You need something with 230 camel power. Can I try? Okay. I am so thin and petite, probably I'll be the one twirling, and this will stay in one place. Oh my God, yes. Listen, I like food that requires heavy machinery. This is some big boy food. Now that it is thoroughly mixed up, we're gonna scoop this into a dish and try it out. All right, folks, right here we have the first real substantial meal of the day. We have the halim, or as they call it here, haris. I'm surprised they give you a plastic spoon because this spoon can hardly handle the gloopiness. Not only is it heavy and laden with carbohydrates, they also pour ghee on top. I love when you can mix two different ingredients together, beat the heck out of it, and there's a chemical reaction that happens on a particle subatomic level that creates this. Let's give it a shot. Wow, what? It's like eating hot Elmer's glue. It's so good though. It's rich, you can taste the protein, but you don't necessarily feel the protein because it's all become this strange texture. It's confusing that you can actually see individual muscle fibers that are still sticking out. It's something so incredibly unique. I love it.
This is my favorite. This is very similar to my mom used to cook.
My mom, she made a mean tater tot hot dish, but she made pretty good halim too. Can I be honest? My mom never made this. So that is dish number one. But for dish number two, let's head into the kitchen now to see how they make it. Right now we're making our second dish known as street. It has two main components. One of them is going to be familiar to you. It's what we had already this morning at our first location. This is the ragat, that crispy dough that was put on a super hot plate. That is going to be the base of this dish. Right here, our second component in the hot pan, we have a chicken and vegetable stew. That is what's going to go on top of these crispy little crackers. He's putting on broth, and all that broth and all those flavors are absolutely soaking into those crackers. The camera guy is moving with precision, hitting the kitchen implements onto the camera. At last, that is our final product. This looks absolutely delicious. Let's go eat. Oh God, we're not done. And cilantro, and lemon, and, oh, are we done actually? No. Let's go eat. And this alone is already pretty tasty. It's the original Oman chip. Finally, the local chips getting a little bit of credit instead of all the immigrant chips coming in, taking all the jobs of the local chips. So here we've got the lemon. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spritz. Right here, a nice big piece of chicken. Savory, spiced, tender, heartwarming. It's a nice little stew. But what I really care about is what's beneath that. As you dig down more, these crackers have changed. They've become soggy and they've absorbed all that liquid from that stew. Wow, that's something new. It's super saturated and soggy. It's not dense at all. That's good. You want to try some, my friend?
This is my favorite too. This is softness of the ragag and the spice of broth is just insane. Very unique.
Part of my mission today is to understand what is Emirati food. For you, what are the main influences of food in the United Arab Emirates?
UAE, it's most country in the world that has influenced by 200 countries. All the dishes like from India, from Lebanon, from all the countries. Basically, our mom, they created their own creativity. So they made more Emirati dishes.
It sounds like you had all these outside influences and people took what they had around them, plus these influences, and that is what Emirati cuisine was made of.
Yes.
So far in the video, we're not quite to $100, but we still have 2 locations remaining, and the food is only gonna get bigger and more substantial from here. So let's keep moving, and let's try to hit that goal. We have come to our next location right behind me. It's a little confusing. We are essentially in an industrial part of the city. We're a bit outside of the center of Dubai, but here I'm told there's a community of Emirati people, and in this place that looks like a warehouse, there's a restaurant. This is a restaurant for the real Emirati people. We're gonna go meet the owner now. He's cooked up something special for us to see. Let's go inside and take a look. So this is the dining room, but beyond the dining room is the kitchen. Or something. Okay, what? Aha, a big kitchen in here. This is the owner right here. Hello, sir. Oh, there is something underneath this platter. I'm gonna show you guys before I show myself. Take a look. Thomas, are you filming it?
Yeah, but there's
more stuff. Now we're ready for the big reveal. Gnarly.
What you're looking at is a whole lamb cooked inside a tandoor, a traditional cooking method using a cylindrical clay or metal oven.
So basically we have a sheep that's been sectioned up into big chunks and put around this platter. Also on the platter I see chickpeas, I see long grain basmati rice, and then I see this type of plant. It's all over the platter. What is this?
We take it from Hatta.
Hatta.
Yeah, it's local plants and between the mountains and like this it's growing up. This is for the flavor only.
Oh, you don't eat it?
No, you don't eat it.
Oh yeah, that's why they don't eat it. Actually, I kind of like it. You might want to reconsider that. A little leathery though, but it has some nice flavor. All right, folks, we have our food here. The only problem is now we're gonna have to transport these 40 pounds to the dining room. Why are you making it look not heavy? I promised that we were building up to something much more substantial, and here it is. Throughout the day, the goal initially was to spend over $100. I thought that's gonna be easy. Dubai, it's an expensive city. But then in our first 4 food locations, I thought food here is pretty affordable. And then this platter happened. The price for everything you see here, $400.
But here's the twist. This dish is a special gift from the owner to Kiani and me. Luckily, we have 1 location remaining. So even though I thought we surpassed that $100 goal, we in fact did not.
So where do you think we should start?
You can have shoulder. Ooh, oh, it's very hard.
Yeah, it's got a whole bone sticking out. Oh,
I'm gonna get it ready for you.
hold on. That's your leg, my man. We have a whole sheep here, and I believe the sheep was not an amputee. We have another shoulder. It is so soft and juicy. You can see all the seasonings charred to the outside, and then as you open it up, just pure fatty deliciousness. Let's go for it. That's incredible. The natural flavor really comes through because the spices are very subtle. In fact, if you're not getting that outside layer, you're not getting a ton of flavor aside from the natural flavor of the lamb. But those natural flavors are amazing.
We have here chutney, which is coriander and garlic, and we have tomato with the chili paste and with the garlic as well. So this is what we need to do. Grab your favorite piece of meat, put it on the rice.
Ah, okay, so I got meat and rice. Now I take the sauce. I'm going with the green coriander chutney. Let's go for it. More
Spicy.
a little bit. Raw onion. I gotta say, that's incredible. The meat is like a canvas. It has some flavor. The texture is 10 out of 10 amazing. But when you add in the rice, some of these fried shallots, and then when you put on this coriander, that's garlicky, a little bit of spice, a little bit of cucumber in there too. It just adds so much flavor. This, I believe, is the head. Oh, what's in the box? There's eyeballs. There's a lot of flesh and tissue still attached to it. What part do you like the most?
Eyes.
Really? Oh man, it sucks that it only has 1 eye. This was a pirate lamb, I think. Let's take it out.
Now remove the eyes.
Oh yeah. remove the black part here, and then squeeze the
Squeeze a little
eyeball.
bit, yeah, we don't want this.
So then we're left with this.
There's all the flavor in here.
Pretty good.
Melted.
Yeah, it's buttery, it's gooey. There's a little bit of musculature on the outside. Whatever controls your eyes to be able to do this, that's what we just ate. It was like eating a science experiment. Sadly, our lamb is now blind, but let's see if it wants to speak a final word.
That was very loud word.
This is really the most intimate part of this animal. It was in its mouth for its whole life, but now it's gonna be in my mouth.
Wait. You need to skin off the tongue.
You peel the skin off.
Yeah.
You could keep the skin on a potato and still eat that.
That's true. But when I was 25 years old, that was it.
It's very nice. It's like eating a grape, this leathery exterior, but it's full of plump, juicy meat, and that meat has become like a pate on the inside. You wanna try it with the tongue skin on?
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Look at that.
It just kept all the texture inside the meat.
That's
very
right.
good, yeah. Still, I'd rather to remove the skin.
Yeah, okay. That's what you're used to. I'm a skin on kind of guy, he's a skin off kind of guy. Moving on, we have one more location remaining, a location where we're gonna have our biggest platter yet. Let's head there now. Right now I have 20 pounds of lamb sitting inside my rental car trunk. I shouldn't be going to another location, but yet here I am. You see, Dubai is on the ocean, and that ocean is full of seafood. And that seafood makes its way here to this restaurant where they put it on gigantic platters. Platters that can feed up to 10 people. Let's go inside and see how much their biggest seafood platter costs. Let's find out. All right, folks, we have entered the kitchen, and this is gonna be the platter that we're using today for the seafood. But seafood is not quite ready. Right here, we have some giant pieces of fish roasting away in the oven. Beyond the fish, we also have big shrimpies roasting on that flat top in a little bit of a cage. We're about to release them from their prison. Right here, mussels also baking. Soon, we're gonna assemble all these separate pieces of seafood and bring them together in one refugee camp for seafood. They can all lock fins and sing Kumbaya as they head down my throat. Right here, we have something very special. That is actually baby shark meat that has been minced and seasoned and mixed with a few other ingredients. So he takes a spoonful of that minced shark and he puts it into this unique shaped pan. Now he puts in some lemon juice, just a capful. Right here, he has a bottle of ghee. He puts in just like measuring cough syrup. And then here we have a masala blend, very flavorful. So he gives it a little bit of a mix. He grabs a lighter gun. Brace for impact. Okay, we're fine. We're okay. Look at the mixing. They call him Sir Mix-a-Lot. At this point, you've seen many of the separate seafood elements, but now it's time to actually build the platter, starting with the rice. Long grain basmati rice. Some masala leaf. Here we have a second type of rice known as mandi rice. Right here we have all of the seafood and the rice ready to come together in one delicious platter. It starts with the sea bass. This is called a sea bream. Here a fillet of salmon. Over there he scoops who's that guy? Then he reveals the minced baby shark. Here, mussels. Next up we've got shrimpies. Now he puts on some fried calamari. This thing is absolutely packed, loaded with seafood. I've never seen anything like it. And that, my friends, is how you make an epic Emirati seafood platter here in Dubai. We have come to our last location, and this is our last meal, coming in at $150. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna hit that $100 mark, but we'll find out at the end. Tell me about this platter. Is this a common sight in Dubai?
You have one of the biggest seafood platter in Dubai. This is, you can find all the seafood in one place.
The last location, this location, we have a giant platter. Why is that a part of the way food is eaten here in Dubai?
Emirati food is all about eating together, so that's the best part. And the second part is every part of the delicious meat on top of rice. Important is you will not hide any meat under the rice.
Please tell me what to do.
I will go with this. This is a peach sauce.
It smells like butterscotch. Do your thing. Oh my God. That's oil too, right?
Oil too.
As if our food wasn't rich enough today. Thank you. When you look at the food here, what looks the most inviting?
One of the interesting dish for us is fish, supreme. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab baby shark, keep it here, and grab one beautiful piece of cream. You need to take it with skin because you're gonna taste the smoky.
Basically, we have a fistful of seafood. Please, let's see it, my guy.
This is what I want.
A little bit of shark, minced, hit up a little bit of the sea bream. Throw the fish on there, keep the skin, and then I'm gonna just pick up the perfect bite. Let's go for it. I'm glad to be careful. I think there's a bone in there. That is really nice. This is absolutely loaded with turmeric. It's salty, it's seasoned, it's masala-y. But then you mix it with the rice, you mix it with some of that fat from the skin. It's absolutely delicious. So next we have some mussels.
There's a juice inside, just make sure you don't lose that juice.
That's a nice, plump, juicy mussel. Very good. My camera guy says he's allergic to seafood. He ate the horse. Do you remember the horse, guys? Thomas, it's not worse than the horse. The camera guy is deceased.
This is marinated shrimp. I will see if there's any juice inside. There's not many juices.
I love the honest review. This is covered in delicious masala and seasonings, except for that's a shell. And when you strip it out of the shell, it's like it got caught without its underwear. There's no spice anymore. I gotta rub one of these against one of these. There we go. Smoky, bold, not juicy, but still delicious. I'm gonna go in the kitchen. He prepared the rice. He said this is mandi rice. What's mandi rice?
So mandi rice comes with a lot of spices and a lot of unique Emirati herbs as well. So it has to cook more than 3-4 hours, slow cook, to get that all spices in the rice.
We have some salmon here. That skin is actually looking pretty dang good. Blackened, seasoned salmon skin along with the salmon itself and this seasoned mandi rice. That's excellent. The rice is delicious. This, when you mix it with the salmon is a bit juicy still. And then I'm just getting tons of Middle Eastern spices and cumin from this rice.
This, whatever you ate, was your way of eating. But let me show you my way of eating or Emirati way of eating.
Sure.
So grab your rice and you're gonna go to sheet. The sauce is very important. It's chili, tomato, and coriander. And you're gonna grab this rocket leaf, must be wonderful.
I love how animated he is. Well, I can't match that. I'm gonna do that off camera. That'll be some bonus content on my OnlyFans. That's where my one fan goes to watch my private videos.
Today, after 6 Emirati food stops, I spent $177 and my budget is busted. But what if I had an unlimited budget for one of this region's most adored foods? I'm talking about biryani. Next, I'll be taking on a biryani platter that costs $270. But first, we're warming up with a mid-price biryani and a biryani that costs only a couple of dollars. Let's move.
Boom, we have come to our first location, the Food ATM. This place has an incredible story, and they're serving biryani, amazingly, at a price under $1. How are they able to do it? Soon I'll be talking to the owner to find out. Aisha, thank you for having me here. My understanding is that you're able to prepare and sell biryani for under $1. How is that possible? Are you losing money? Is this a business?
Yes, it's very much a business. It is possible to survive on small profit margins. That is what Food ATM is about. But because the volume of sales is very large, we survive and we grow.
Since opening in 2006, Food ATM has worked with food banks to turn surplus ingredients into affordable, nutritious meals, supporting food security for people in need across the UAE while reducing food waste.
I've seen biryani get cooked in many different countries, and usually it's a long process. But I just saw your guy in the kitchen there make biryani in like 20 minutes.
The first set of cooks that I had, they would say, biryani takes 3 hours. And I would say 3 hours? The laborers working in the country, they don't have 3 hours to wait for your food.
Through experimentation, streamlining the process, and cooking different parts of the meal simultaneously, Aisha and her chefs have managed to cut the biryani cooking time down to just 20 minutes per batch. This efficiency allows them to feed thousands of low-income workers every day. Her main customers are taxi drivers, who regularly work long 12-hour shifts with few breaks. So let's see if it's really possible to cook biryani in 20 minutes.
All right, right here we got Ramesh, and he's got a canister of oil. Take it away. The oil heads into the pot to begin with. I'm not sure how he measured that. I think that was 18 seconds of oil.
Follow that with a mix of whole spices, including cinnamon, dried chilies, fennel, and bay leaves.
This is a green chili paste going in next. Ooh! It's a green chili paste, but it's full of garlic too. The smells in here are getting intense.
Then even more spices like coriander powder, turmeric, chili powder, salt, and other secret seasonings. Finally, add water and let it cook for a bit before adding in rice.
A little splattering going on, but I'm using this gentleman here as a human shield, protecting myself from any potential danger.
After the rice has finished steaming, the chef adds food coloring, a cheaper replacement for saffron, which would normally be used to create a vibrant orange hue. Then he finishes it off with chopped mint and green chilies.
All right, folks, we have our meal here. It is 82 cents. For that amount of money, you get a water, a fun snack, and you get a pound and a half of food. Take a look at all that biryani. First of all, the biryani underneath, yellow, orange. We've got chilies. We've got so much flavor. And all of this made in such a short time. I can't believe it. It feels steamy. It feels a little bit oily. Let's toss it back. That's good. A bit wet, very steamy, and very flavorful. This is really a biryani with some personality. I've gone to like charity type kitchens in the past, and sometimes when you get the final product, it can be bland, it can be lacking flavor. This is not that. So that is a biryani. But next I want to move on to this right here. This is tilapia.
Believe it or not, the 82 cents we paid for all that food also includes a side of protein. Today I got a piece of tilapia that was slathered in a delicious masala blend and fried to perfection.
Can you tell if I got a head or a butt? I got a head that looks like a butt head. Let's give it a shot. It's really good except for all the bones I put in my mouth just now on accident. It's crunchy, it tastes like freshwater fish, it's delicious. I love kitchens like this who really think of the customer first. It's not just about making the cheapest product, but it's about making something that's inexpensive, but also that people are gonna keep coming back for. Because if this didn't taste good, people would not be coming back. And this tastes great. So that is biryani number 1. But we have a lot more biryani to see today, and eventually we're gonna be building up to a biryani that costs over $100. But next, we're headed to our second location for our mid-price biryani. Let's head there now. Boom, we have come to our second location. Right behind me, a Pakistani restaurant known as Salt and Chilies.
Here we're stepping into controversial territory, a mid-tier biryani that costs $29. But unlike our other 2 Indian locations, this one is coming from Pakistan. But can it stand up to the competition? India versus Pakistan, the biryani battle is officially on.
Camel, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me into your kitchen. First of all, this is a Pakistani restaurant. Who makes better biryani, India or Pakistan?
Pakistan, Karachi biryani, the most famous biryani.
Is that right?
Yes.
I just feel like 1.3 billion people might disagree, but what makes you say that Pakistan has the best biryani?
Because they love the biryani, they like the biryani, and they know how to cook the biryani, how to make the biryani, how to present the biryani.
These are the students who are the future of Pakistan, and they are representing in the world Pakistan.
Today, you're putting bone marrow into the biryani. What is good about the bone marrow?
That people like this bone marrow in the biryani.
You do it because people like it, yes?
Yes, people love it.
There you have it, folks. I have a new baby girl. Will I like the bone marrow more than I love my daughter?
Okay.
Oh. There you have it, folks. Biryani better than my newborn daughter. Now I'm excited. I can't wait to try it. Sir? Let's do it.
Start with oil, a giant plate of various beef cuts, ginger garlic paste, and yogurt. Then it's time for their secret dry spice blend or masala. Follow that with whole spices like chili flakes, bay leaves, turmeric, salt, cinnamon, and cloves. Mix, cover it up, and let those flavors mingle.
All right, folks, I'm told my guy Nixon right behind me is about to make a dry gravy that will later go on top of the biryani rice. Let's get to it. It all begins with tomatoes. Right here, we have a bunch of cut up coriander and some green chilies. After that, slices of lemon. After that, a load of masala spices. And finally, some fried onions and even more spices. From here, Nixon gets to work like he's washing someone's hair at a salon, mixing to and fro, getting everything combined into one homogeneous mixture. The next step, Nixon takes the dry masala and adds that to the beef, including those delicious beef bones. Wow, beautiful. Looks like confetti.
From here, they add some food coloring for that extra bit of orange hue.
Ooh, very nice. Extra red now. Can this get any more red?
Top that with cooked rice and even more food coloring. Finish with another layer of rice and fried onions.
So from here, he begins to mix around that fluffy biryani. He digs down deep until he reaches the beef, and he puts it on the platter. Nixon is digging deep, getting big chunks of beef from the bottom of the pot. He piles on some white fluffy rice on top, and that section is finished. Next, the platter receives the bone. Next, he digs around for some coriander. All right, folks, right here we have our final product. This is the bone marrow beef biryani. Let's go outside and check it out. Biryani number 2, come take a look, baby. Let me invite you to this platter that is almost full to the edges. In the kitchen, I asked the chef, hey, we do have a big platter here. What if you just filled it up to the edges? And here's what he did. There. I like that. Nixon, overachiever. Let's talk about the price. This right here, everything you see is $29. So a big step up from our first location. But I gotta say also a good amount more biryani. Here, we have bigger, more substantial pieces of meat. And don't forget about the bone. First of all, let's see how soft it is after braising for some time. Not bad. All right, let's give it a shot. Perfectly respectable and delicious. It is soft, but it's still got bite to it, but it's absolutely caked with this variety of masalas. I can taste ginger, garlic, there's chili flakes and chili powder. It's really good. Let's talk about the biryani itself, and let's take a look. Right here we have a tomato from our dry masala gravy. We've got some rice, ooh, and whole spices too. Cheers. Oh yeah, wow. How do I describe this? Okay, go to an Indian guy's house, open his spice cabinet, put all of it on some rice. It's like that. It is like the India-Pakistan conflict in my stomach. Ooh, I'm feeling conflicted. It is very potent, very flavorful, and almost jarring. Meanwhile, I like it. So that is the beef, and that is the rice biryani. But what really makes this one special is the bone. Now, there is a special technique that you need to use with the bone in order to get the bone marrow out. Allow me to show you. I can hear it in there. Get out.
Oh, what a great!
Oh, that was good. Exhausting, but at last we have the climax. Come take a look. This is the bone marrow from within. It doesn't come out easy, but when it comes, it's worth it. Let's give it a shot. Oh man, that's good. It's melt in your mouth, kind of soft and satisfying. It's like this biryani is already oil laden. Meanwhile, you're getting that bone marrow, making it even more decadent. But the best part is the flavor. It tastes like cow butter and it's delicious. So that is the bone marrow beef biryani here at this Pakistani restaurant. I gotta say, it's pretty good. But from here, we have one more level of biryani left. Biryani that costs $272. We're headed to our final location now. Let's move. Welcome to Tresson, where Indian food comes to get a high-tech makeover. This place is amazing.
Since 2014, Tresson has been innovating and pushing the boundaries of Indian cuisine, combining European techniques with Indian flavors, which has even put them on the Michelin Guide.
This is a kitchen where all the magic happens, and this is where we're gonna get one of the most expensive biryanis in Dubai, nay, in the world. Right here we have the chef Jishan with me. He is gonna make everything happen. He's got the ingredients right here. Let's get into it. Of the ingredients that we see here, what is the most expensive?
It's the most expensive mushroom in the world, which is called Gucci from Kashmir.
Meet the morel mushrooms, also known as the Gucci mushroom, not to be confused with the other Gucci, which is also expensive. These little guys are a popular ingredient in Kashmiri cuisine, but since they're impossible to farm and hard to find, they can cost up to $200 per pound, making them one of the most expensive mushrooms in the world.
And then we are using the most expensive saffron from Iran.
Ah, smell that? Okay, imagine you're in Minnesota. It's summertime. You take out a beach ball from the box for the first time, and it's like that fresh smell of plastic. That's what saffron smells like to me.
And what else we are using, like a Japanese A5 Wagyu, and we are using different cuts of meats from Kashmir, like a tabak mas, rogan josh, wazwan, goshtaba, sheikh kebab.
All of that stuff is on the biryani?
Yeah, on the biryani.
By the time the biryani is done, how big is it going to be?
It's like that.
Like a platter?
Yeah.
Chef, let's get to it.
Check, yes, definitely.
Start by adding ghee or clarified butter into the pot. Follow that with whole spices, green cardamom, black cardamom, cloves, pepper, cinnamon, and bay leaves.
Now that the ghee has absorbed the flavors, he is removing the whole spices. Now the onions going in. All those onions getting sauteed up in that flavorful ghee.
Next up, julienne ginger, followed by chilies, and finally, the star of this dish, those expensive morel mushrooms.
So right now he's frying up the most expensive mushroom in the world, and it smells amazing. From our first location, they're using oil. Here he's using ghee, and the smell is so buttery and rich. It's just such a full aroma. And with the mushrooms, oh my God, game changer.
Next up, add a spoon of salt, garam masala, and water. Follow that with fresh cream and green coriander powder.
All right, so right now we're gonna do a little bit of a taste test. I'm gonna do my best Chef Ramsay impression. Fucking raw. No, I think it's delicious. It's a really nice full flavor, and it's fucking raw. Oh, come on.
From here, we add the rice to our base.
Ooh, you can see that rice has really become saturated already. It's swelling up as it soaks up those juices. Now it is time for the saffron.
This is an essence, is a rose water.
He's gonna drip that in. If I'm honest, rose water is not my favorite. Yeah. Cool, rose water is awesome.
Yes, thank you.
It's not, I don't like it that much. And now it's time to seal it up and say goodbye. Right now the biryani is steaming. We're gonna see the end result soon, but first I have some questions. First of all, how do you take something that is street food and turn it up another notch?
As a modern Indian cuisine, we have sometimes to use Indian techniques, Indian ingredients with the Western way, or sometimes we use Western technique and ingredient with the Indian way. So this is another possibility to modern Indian cuisine.
What do you think makes a good biryani?
If you have a good ingredients, if you have a good rice, good meat, you will be perfect biryani.
All right, folks, right now we are assembling all the ingredients that are gonna go on top of the biryani, starting with this right here. This is some A5 Wagyu that's about to hit the hot skillet. But first, he hits it with a little bit of pepper, some salt, and then more pepper, and a little bit more salt. Right here, we have an insanely hot skillet. Ghee gets poured on top, and then the beef, pure Wagyu. This is the most expensive beef in the world. We're cooking it medium rare, and this is gonna go on top of the biryani. Meanwhile, right here, even more action. We have the tandoor oven, and we have this guy right here doing some work with the sheikh kebab. He has to press it around a stainless steel rod just with his fingers to make it not slip off. Now that it's ready to go, he puts it down into this fiery tandoor. That looks good.
From here, we have one topping that's very close to my heart.
What kind of balls are these balls?
This is a ghost taba.
Ghost taba.
Yeah, which is made by lamb, fat, and some Kashmiri seasoning.
And a little bit of gold. One by one, they drape the gold over the lamb balls. Time has passed and the biryani has finished steaming. Let's take a look. Oh, take a look at that. So what you see here is a biryani that is both a kind of an earthy tone and then a very bright, vibrant yellow. And that bright yellow is coming from the saffron that he put on top of the biryani. It's all one delicious flavor and it smells amazing. Now it is finally time to build our biryani. It all goes here on this platter. With each scoop, you can see the different shades of biryani, the layers of flavor, and those morel mushrooms poking out. Coming in next, we have the sheikh kebab that has been fully cooked. My guy takes a knife to it, cutting it in half. Now some ghee going onto the sheikh kebabs and a little bit of masala. Here the sheikh kebab finds a home. He makes an Adidas symbol. Here we have some lamb ribs joining the party. Here we have our lamb meatballs absolutely covered in gold. A5 Wagyu kebabs going on next, looking like little patties. The momentum is building. This is the moment the artist realizes his vision. It's coming together beautifully. The chef is approaching with the Wagyu steak. It looks like it's been sliced and turned into a little tulip. From here, more gold.
For the final touches, the chef adds bigger morel mushrooms baked with cheese, a touch of mint, a helping of fried onions, even more saffron and green chilies to finish it off.
And that is how you make the most expensive biryani in Dubai.
For $272, the biryani comes with a side of Kashmiri dishes, including raita, or Indian yogurt, kushtaba, mutton curry, Joe Rogan Josh curry, bone marrow curry, biryani curry, and crispy lotus chips.
All right, folks, we have our full meal right here behind me. The only problem now is we have to get it to the table, carrying it like a casket. But the only thing that died today will be my cholesterol score. All right, folks, everything we've done today has built up to this moment, the most epic biryani that exists in all the land. This is something that I think you could really only find in a place like Dubai. This is a place where people really appreciate fine dining. So this morning we started with a biryani that cost less than $1. On top of it, a piece of fried fish that didn't cover up the biryani. Here, you need to penetrate a good amount of meat before you even get to the rice, which is a challenge I will happily accept. So let's start with this right here. I'm eating with my hands and I can feel that delicious minced meat full of fat. Let's go for it. Oh man, it's like a low carb slider. It's got a ton of spices and it's super juicy, incredibly fatty. I can squeeze the kebab and then you will see the juices pouring out. Oh my God. Do you see my point? Absolutely delicious. From there, I really want to dig in and find some ladus. This is a ball made from lamb. Oh wow, look at that texture. You can just see the seasonings on the inside, turning it clay red color. Let's toss it back, try it out. It's so much spice, it's so much flavor. This is the type of bite that makes me crave for some yogurt or some lassi. Luckily, we have some yogurt right here. That's nice. The yogurt really cools you down after some intense masala like that. Moving on here, we have the sheikh kebab. I'm gonna snap it in half. Now, you thought we were eating all red meat, but no. This kebab is actually made from chicken. Wow. I can't believe how juicy it is. It's got to be mixed with fat from some other animal. This is incredible. Meanwhile, right here we have what they're calling biryani sauce. Oh man, flavor overload, super savory. This is like creamy, buttery, and full of flavor. Meanwhile, I need to cleanse the palate, and there's no better way to do that than with a Coke Zero. See Coke? That could be us. Next, I want to get into the biryani. As you can see, the biryani is glistening. It's literally glowing from the ghee and the other animal fat that's been put on top. Let's give it a shot. Oh God, it's really good. It's warm. I can taste the cream that he put into the rice. What I think is interesting here is that the biryani is like a canvas. It's delicious, it's pleasant, and it's a gentle flavor that pairs perfectly with all this meat that's on top of it. Now, one of the things making this platter so expensive are the morel mushrooms that were put inside. This is the most expensive mushroom in the world. Let's give it a shot. They have their own kind of unique meaty texture. It's not like a big wet mushroom. It's like this shrunken down, slightly chewy, more meaty mushroom experience. From here, we're building up to the A5 Wagyu. Right here, we have a beef flour made up of strips of beef like this. I'm gonna put that on top of the rice. Right here, we have a gustava gravy. I'm gonna pour that on top, get a little bit of rice, some meat, and get some of that delicious gravy. This is the king of bites. Let's give it a shot. It's like fireworks. It's so much going on at once. It's overwhelming. It's like taking ecstasy, but in food form. It makes me want to put change in a homeless guy's tip cup. It's powerful. The beef is soft, buttery, and rich. You have that amazing base of the biryani rice and of course the gravy. Incredibly rich and super flavorful. Ooh, and there's some saffron too. Tastes like a beach ball.
That biryani was extravagant. But what if I told you? I found a food that for most of time has only touched the lips of royalty. I'm talking about a whole roasted camel.
Oh.
Next, we're following the roasting journey of a baby camel.
This thing is massive.
That weighs over 100 pounds and costs over $1,000. Let's see how they do it.
I can see the opening to the kitchen here. Hello, gentlemen. How you doing? I spotted the camel out of the corner of my eye. You can kind of see it from here. It's that. But we're gonna need a little bit closer look than that, so we're gonna have to find a different door to get into this kitchen. Let's go. Oh, take a look at this. Right here, you can see everything all laid out. It's wild to see this.
Right before your eyes is over 120 pounds of raw camel meat, enough to feed a small village or one of this guy. What's more amazing is that soon we'll discover exactly how they cooked this camel whole in one giant solid piece. But first, a quick tour of the camel.
We've got a heart, we've got liver, maybe spleen. As we move forward, you can see all the musculature of its back legs moving into this giant chest. But obviously, the most notable part of the camel right here, a baby hump coming off its back like the hunchback of Notre Dame. That is gonna be a prized part of the camel right here. That is the long camel neck. And finally, in front, the camel head.
Cooking an entire camel isn't exactly an everyday activity here in Dubai. It's usually reserved for grand gatherings or special occasions. So even for folks here, this is out of the ordinary. That's why I brought my local trusted friend, Kiani.
Kiani, my guy, thank you.
So, one more time.
No, yeah, dude, that sucked.
To give me insight into the process of cooking a massive $1,000 camel.
Let's talk about why a baby camel.
Baby camel has more protein and less cholesterol and a healthier for body. And the meat is more tender than big camel.
All right, so it's a veal of the Middle East. This makes sense. Here's why. Because as adults, we build bad habits over time. And it leads to high cholesterol, high blood pressure. This camel had almost no time to develop any habits at all. It might be a suckling camel. Wait, in Asia, they have something that they love. It's called suckling pig. But it's a pig that's just only been nursing from its mother. It's never eaten solid food. Do you think this camel was drinking milk or was it eating solid food?
It's solid food, normal, just grass.
It's grass-fed. That's still something very unique. So we're gonna cook the entire camel, but the head and the neck will be discarded. Why are you not eating the head and the neck of the camel?
Back then, when they bring whole camel, they just serve for the higher level of people. And the leg and the head and the neck goes for the lower people.
So from here, I'm gonna show you where we're actually gonna be cooking the camel today. Right here, we have our giant oven. Let's take a look inside, because this is gonna have to fit the entire camel. Here we go. Wow, I think I could curl up in there in the fetal position and fit inside the oven myself. This is a giant convection oven. Somehow, all of that is gonna fit into here. But that's where it's gonna cook. But what about the time? Now, I've cooked other animals whole before, especially pigs. It takes time. This thing is 121 pounds. It's like me when I was 9. It's gonna take some time.
First, the camel's legs are chopped off. Because traditionally oh wait. No, actually it's just so that it'll fit in the oven.
Now the camel is about that wide. Yeah, it's gonna be perfect.
Next, a secret blend of dry spices is generously rubbed all over its body.
Arabian Nights.
Followed by a marinade made from saffron, salt, turmeric, and water, giving the camel a beautifully vibrant orange hue.
We need to put this to a spa. We need to massage this camel to make it ready. This is not Thai massage. This is a Marathi massage.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a bit tense in the shoulder still. The chef taking the liquid, putting it inside the camel's cavity. Oh, now he's brought out a knife. Oh, my guy. Hey, it's already dead.
Yes.
As it turns out, the stabbing isn't just for dramatic effect. It helps the marinade soak deep into the meat and ensures the camel cooks through evenly.
He stabs the camel hump too. I don't know if you can see from here, but inside the hump, it is just pure fat inside.
The process is repeated on the other side. And just like that, our camel is ready to roast.
So now that the camel is marinated, we need to get it onto a giant camel tray. Let's see how that works. My guy here has the tray. He slides it under. That is very clever. They put the camel down. They cover the camel with parchment paper. Next up, they prepare aluminum foil to tie it all down. In the end, it looks like one giant camel-shaped titanium ball, ready to face some serious heat. I hope it fits. They open the door all the way, making sure it can fit as much as possible. Over here, the camel, 2 men gripping it and ripping it. Here we go. The big moment. They slide it in. Oh, like butter. Big thumbs up over here. My gosh, look at that thing. Perfectly suited to the oven. I think I figured out another reason they're eating baby camel and not adult camels. It's a perfect fit. From here, he has a water hose. He's adding water to the bottom. If you could see, the water below the camel is also seasoned and spiced, giving the camel even more flavors. Finally, it is time to close the oven door. Very slowly and dramatically.
Our camel will be slow roasting in the oven for about 4 hours. That means low and slow, Dubai style. So now that cooking is underway for our expensive camel, it's time to reveal today's cheap camel option. You'll find it here, across town in a Pakistani restaurant, where they're serving a unique camel kebab.
For me, when I think kebab, I think meat on a skewer, like a sheikh kebab. Here, what they're preparing, it is meat, it is camel, but it doesn't look like any kebab I've ever seen before. Let's go inside and I'll show you. All right, folks, we have come inside of the kitchen. I've got Ishfan behind me, and he is the kebab king. Behind him, we've got the meat. So that is the camel meat. This is a minced meat, and it is full of spices too. Now here's the fun part. He's gonna put that meat in that cauldron. I mean, this is like a giant
oil bath. We're gonna take shower over here.
All right, take it away. He starts by grabbing a ball of camel meat. Inside the meat, he's putting some beef marrow. That looks like a spiky kebab. From here, he slaps it onto the steel. He flattens it out like a pancake. Oh, and slowly it descends into that pool of oil. Oh my God. Now it is completely submerged, and he is making a second one. I've never seen anything like this before. I have to ask Kiani, what kind of kebab is this?
This is actually Peshawari kebab, very famous in Peshawar. Now they're doing here in Dubai, so yeah, this is very special actually.
Meanwhile, we have some healthy vegetables here. Oh, look at that color. Nice brown and toasty. Oh, is he making a third one? Even more bone marrow, and he sends it off with the others. Wow, take a look at the final product. That looks wild. Super crispy camel meat. We've got those chunks of bone marrow here. He throws it onto a plate. He gives me a little slice of egg. He hits the plate with a couple of tomatoes and then some hot green chilies too. And that is how you make a Pakistani camel kebab.
But first, our Pakistani meat will require some Afghan bread.
All right, folks, the perfect thing to pair with a Pakistani kebab is an Afghani bread. Let's go inside and see how they make it. Hello. Right here, we can see there's a huge pallet of dough. He removes one dough piece. He throws some flour down on the table, and then he gets to rolling. That's it, a couple of rolls. He hands it over to this guy, and this guy tosses it onto a rack and throws it into the oven, turning it onto high heat. Right there, you can see our bread baking perfectly under that gassy fire. And just like that, in no time, he removes the bread and brings it right here. So this is an exotic Afghani bread known as roti. So we've got our bread. Let's head on over to the restaurant and try that kebab. All right, folks, we are finally eating today, and I am famished. It is noon, and I've got my lunch right here. Our cheap camel experience today is coming in at $6.81. I think that's a tremendous value because this is a lot of meat. Right here, the camel is looking extra crispy. Let's give it a shot. That's very nice. It's such a heavy meat. But the spices somehow make it feel a little bit more light. It's very fresh. There's other herbs inside. Next, we gotta get into that bone marrow. Right here, I have that bread we saw being made earlier. Let's tear off a piece. Like a paleontologist, let me carve this out to show you. Mommy, jeez. That's just pure fat right there. Unlike my midsection. I also want to hit it with a little bit of tomato. Do I? And then I change my mind. Let's fold it up, grip it, and rip it. Oh my Lord, that beef is absolutely buttery. It's very heavy. It's like eating butter and bread. Right here on the side, to break up a little bit of that heaviness, we have the milky dairy lassi. Perfect. From here, I'm gonna make the ultimate bite, starting with a little fried egg, some camel patty with bone marrow. To balance out the flavors, a hit of lemon. Let's throw it back. For the price, that is unbeatable. But this is the cheap version of camel. What happens when you spend over $1,000 on a full baby camel experience? Well, we're gonna find out because enough time has finally gone by for us to unveil and reveal in one word. Because enough time has gone by for us to reveal the results of this fully cooked baby camel. Let's head back to that restaurant now and take a look. 4.5 hours have passed since we put the camel into the oven. Now it's time to move on to the next step. My guy, let's do it. So we are unlatching the oven and revealing. Oh. It looks like the camel has kind of collapsed on itself. All of that cooking and braising has really like turned it into a giant pile of meat. So from here, he's pulling out all the parchment paper and all of the tin foil. Right now, he's pulling off a chunk of meat and he's handing me, ooh, a piece of meat, thank you. Take a look at that. A nice chunk of camel meat, the veal of camel. Oh, that's good. It tastes like roast beef from a crock pot. Right now, the next step is to move the camel. Whoa, I can see some ribs poking through. They're bringing it onto this table here. They're removing the parchment paper and revealing the final product. It looks wild. I've never seen anything like this. Let's take a little tour of the camel. First of all, this is the front. That's where the neck hole was. These are the front legs. That's like the elbow right here. This, the hump is still pristine. Like, it is still perfectly shaped. I cannot wait to cut into that later. Right here, my man, the owner here, he's just pulled off a piece of camel meat. Please, try it, Habibi. He likes it. The tour continues. Right here, the ribs have been exposed. The loin of the camel, it looks delicate and juicy. Right here, the back legs, the butt, the tail. This thing is massive.
Next step, plating, or should I say, plattering? Start by filling a gigantic platter with a base of biryani rice. Now for the most challenging step, transferring the camel onto the platter.
It's just like moving a fat person from one stretcher to a hospital bed. It's just like that.
By this point, the meat is incredibly tender, meaning there's a real risk of it falling apart as we lift it. Might I remind you, this camel is worth $1,000, and we did not prepare any backups.
1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect execution. It is landed safely and soundly on that rice.
For the final touch, some garnishes, tomatoes, bell peppers, red onions, fried onions, and finally some cashews and raisins.
This is a royal feast indeed. Now that the camel is finished, it's time to take it to the dining room, but there is still plenty that can go wrong, including dropping it, which we're not gonna do. Careful, we got about 100 meters to go until we're home free. Come on guys, keep it up. You're doing great. Just a little further, guys. Oh, there's obstacles. There's stuff in the way. These two tables here. And there you have it, the final product. My guy, good work. Good work. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Kiani, this is the moment I've been waiting for since my plane touchdown here in Dubai. An entire baby camel sitting before us. When they took it out, is this what you thought it would look like?
To be honest, no, but it looks absolutely beautiful.
I love the way that the meat has just kind of softened up so much. It's like someone told the camel to take a load off and it took it quite literally. It's like, ah. Very comfortable. This whole camel right here, $1,800. It makes sense. It's an entire animal. It's over 120 pounds of meat, and it's something that takes a lot of time to prepare.
Especially this doesn't come directly in Dubai. It has to come from outside of Dubai where the farm is. That's the reason it's very expensive.
I think we should build up to this right here. This is the camel hump. This is the most prized part of the camel. The skin on the outside is coarse and almost crispy. This part right here is more fatty. Oh my gosh, you can kind of peel back that layer and you can see it's like camel butter. More on that later. We've got a big hind leg back here.
Yeah.
And we've got a big knife right here. Could I see that? Careful. Oh gosh. I don't think you necessarily even need a knife. Let me try to do this manually. We've got basically a whole quadricep back here. I'm gonna stick my fingers into it. I mean, look at this. I can just peel the meat away. My friend, I swear I washed my hands. Let me grab some too. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go for it. Camel's amazing. They're beefy without being gamey.
I'm chewing. You can talk.
For me, I'd say my hierarchy of red meat animals, it would go horse is my favorite, and then I think baby camel, and then I think beef after that. The only way to know for sure is if I can try some camel ribs.
Ooh.
You can see the color from the marination they originally put on there, and it has a little bit different texture. I would say it's more fatty.
Juicier, more oily.
Super oily. It looks like I dipped my hands in baby oil at a P. Diddy party. It's good. It's a little bit more chewy than a beef rib. I gotta say, we should keep cows around after all. In the front here, you can see we've got the biryani. We've got fried onions, and we have these nuts right here. The move is to take some delicious morsels of meat, put it on top of that biryani, mix it all together. Right here, we have what I call a Middle Eastern pico de gallo. It's so much flavor all at one time. It makes a difference not just having that rich meat, but having some nice carbohydrate biryani underneath. There's crunchy nuts, and then this sauce, it's refreshing. It's an incredible combination.
Yeah. The shoulder here is actually a lot of juice because it's very close to this fat here. All the juice comes inside that shoulder. So if you see here, there is a juice coming out. Let me give you this.
Oh, this is incredibly soft. Now, I've got one more sauce here.
This is yogurt, chili, and parsley.
Cheers.
Careful, spicy. Juicier, tender.
Every part of the body has a little bit different texture, a different fat ratio, and like fat distribution. That said, there is one thing very unique about the camel, and that is the camel hump. This is a pretty big hump, especially for a baby. Oh, I can hear the crispy hump skin. This is the very top of the hump. All right, time to reveal what it looks like inside. Come take a look at this. Ooh, that is the pure hump fat on the inside. It's really weird.
Do you want to have a bite from this corner?
Yes.
Crispy?
I'm gonna give us both a piece of this. We have some crispy skin on one side and then that fatty camel hump on the inside. There you go.
Thank you, my friend. Come on, that tastes are amazing.
Salty, crispy, oily. It just melts in your mouth. This is only an experience you can have if you cook the camel this way. This is Dubai chicharron.
Do you think this is cheap or expensive?
Oh, that's a good question. Of course, $1,800 is expensive, but it's a lot of food.
A lot of food.
If you put this in your fridge, you'd be eating it for a month or two. So it is still on the expensive side, that's for sure.
If you thought a baby camel that costs over $1,000 was Dubai's biggest flex, well, think again. This city doesn't just stop at luxury, it invents new levels of luxury. Meet Burj Al Arab, the only hotel in the world claiming to have 7 stars. Today, I'm living the life of a Middle Eastern prince, spending $3,000 on a room and trying all the food I can to see what I'm missing out on. But first, breakfast.
All right, right now we are walking to the hotel, which is situated on its own island. Right here, this is the mainland, and then ocean, and then the island. This island, it's been built by having tons and tons of sand shipped and brought in so they could build the hotel on top of it. It's a modern marvel. Hey, look, a bunch of people on a tour. Hi, guys. As you approach outside, you can see people with their very, very fancy cars. Actually, I think it might be illegal to drive with that on the windshield. I don't think you can do that. Oh, now it makes sense. I didn't know they're, oh, okay. It's that kind of a person. Right now, we're going inside the hotel to get our first look at the lobby. Let's move. Can I tell you something? At this hotel, there are no rooms. It's only suites. Usually a suite is very expensive. That's right. And so the whole point of this hotel, it's all about the lavish, opulent, very luxurious experience. Oh, there's an aquarium right there. Come over here. Now, if we were in Vietnam, you could choose what fish you want to eat. Here, I think it's just for the visual. Anyways, onto the buffet. Right here, we've come to the back of the building in search of the breakfast buffet. The back of the hotel has a completely different vibe. This is all ocean facing. In fact, you can see a beautiful view of the skyline over there. You can see somebody jet skiing. That looks expensive. I have high hopes for this breakfast buffet. There is no suite in this hotel that costs under $1,000. And so they should have something to bring it to the next level. If they don't, that's gonna be a tough start to the day. So right now I'm gonna head into the buffet and take my first look. How you doing, my guy? Good, good balance, don't drop that. As you walk in, it looks very modern, sleek. The first thing you see when you walk in is fish. Kind of not what I'm in the mood for at this moment. Here they have an assortment of pickled items. As we move down, we're heading into the chilled meats and cheeses section. You'll see there's one noticeable omission from the meat selection here, which is pork. I don't care how much money you have. Good luck ordering bacon here. Ooh, here we have a variety of delicious cheeses, including this right here. This is super fun. You push down and rotate this wheel until you get a delicious bundle of cheese. Over here we have muesli, pudding, some different things like that. From there we moved into the dairy section. They have cottage cheese, yogurts. The fruit is very nicely organized. All right here I got blackberries and I got raspberries. And I'm gonna combine that with full fat yogurts. I'm such a chef. This is probably the most standout feature of this breakfast buffet, an effin' chocolate fondue station with plenty of things right here that you can actually dip into the chocolate. We'll be coming back to that later. Here we are in the bread section. We have fresh loaves of bread, muffins, croissants. Here an assortment of tiny breakfast baguettes. Right here we have some European looking bread. That bread looks like it'll last 2 days, whereas American bread could last up to 5 years. Pretty good stuff. Right here we have some delicious pastries. This is a chocolate hazelnut financier. Financier? I'm gonna need some of to finance this goddamn trip. Right here, this section is beautiful. It makes me feel healthy. There's fruit laid out perfectly, and then there's this right here. Different concoctions of their own making. Green apple, cucumber, celery, ginger. Gross. Right here, they have a milkshake. Banana, peanut butter, almond milk. I'm 100% gonna try one of these. Then we've come upon the salad bar. I understand why it has to exist, but I wish it didn't. But what I do like about the salad bar is this type of vegetable right here. Cheese balls. This is called labneh. We have enough for our first round. Let's go sit down and try it out. First of all, milkshake. What I'm scared about is trying to drink this and having it all end up on my face and shirt. I'm not trying to do that kind of a scene here at breakfast. Oh god, this is dangerous. No. Oh, you can't. Oh yeah, that's good. Peanut, banana, almond milk. How do you milk an almond? It's pretty good. Moving on, here, 2 cheeses. First of all, this right here, it looks like a beautiful type of coral plant under the ocean. Dry and sharp. Kind of like a Parmesan, but a little bit more mild, but it's good. Now we're moving on to our next cheese, the labneh. Oh, why did I get 5 of those? It's kind of like a feta. It's super thick and creamy and just coats your entire mouth immediately. I hate it. But I love it at the same time. Right here we have raspberry and full-fat yogurt. It's not necessarily expensive ingredients, but it tastes great. Lastly, it's time to try the dessert of course one, the financier. Oh wow, I didn't even notice this. Flip it over, it's a cupcake or a muffin with chocolate chips inside. Oh my god, decadent, sweet. This is delicious, and it's got nuts inside. So that is course 1. Let's head back in for course 2. Hello, good sir. Could I order a whole cheese pide? Yes. Just for me? Really? You'll make it? Thank you. Moving along on our tour, right here we have turkey and ham emmental cheese croissants. We have cream cheese pesto danishes. Ooh, and a Russian pancake with cherry compote. I've never heard of this before. I'm definitely gonna be trying that. Right here we have the cherry compote. Moving along to the hot foods over here. We've got fried rice. We've got fried noodles. All right, so our Asian folks are covered. They don't really need anything else. Oh, wait, we got more for them. We've got some steamed chicken barbecue buns. See, that's the problem. There needs to be in there. Who makes a chicken steamed one? Okay, you know what? It's making me curious. Let me try it out and see if they're somehow doing something magical with it. Right here we have some vegetable dim sum. Right here we have crystal prawn hakao. Our Asian fun continues here with congee. Right here we have miso soup, which looks like it needs a little bit of a mix. There we go. That's the miso, I know. Oh, how many poor Dubai people are just eating that top layer of miso without mixing it up? To wrap up the buffet right here, we have a couple of Indian options. Looks pretty good, but not for me. Let's go check on that pide. All right, folks, my pide is right here. It's looking cheesy and delicious. He hits it with a little bit of oil. Next, he takes the knife to it, cutting it into triangular pieces. All of that goes onto a plate. We have a buffet food. We have a pide. Let's go eat. All right, folks, check it out. Course number 2, starting with this. One of my favorite Turkish foods, cheese, oil. They put what looks to be some black sesame seeds on there and some herbs as well. Cheesy. There's a nice crackery, crispy, thin dough on the bottom. There's nothing to not like about that. And then here we have the Asian invasion. And I'm including Russia here because like half of Russia is Asian. I have no chopsticks. Let's start with the... That's not gonna work. All right, this is gonna be my first time eating dim sum with a fork. So here we have the hakao. Yummy, nice wrapper. There's a real shrimp in there. Overall, tastes pretty good. Moving on, this is a steamed bun with chicken. Interesting. It looks like it's got potential. It is meaty. What they lack in animal fat, they make up for with sugar. It is a very sweet steamed bun, but overall, I would say passable. Right here, we have our Russian pancake. Wow. The cherry compote, delicious. And underneath it, the pancake kind of just tastes like bread. It falls apart pretty easily. Super unique. I bet that would taste amazing if it was fresh off the griddle.
Seeing how much I'm enjoying the food here, the restaurant staff actually prepared a surprise course for me, featuring 2 of their best breakfast dessert offerings. First, a mixed fruit dessert with a stunning presentation.
A fancy, sweet little fruit salad. I like it.
And a special French toast soaked in coconut milk for 24 hours.
The top here just feels really crispy, like a creme brulee. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Like a gorgeous piece of cake. Oh, that's delicious. It's super soft. The dough is slightly saturated. The top definitely receives some sugar and some flame to give it this crispy exterior. That is French toast fit for a French king. I just saw the wildest thing. There's a guy walking around breakfast holding a giant blackbird. I'm so used to homeless people in the USA. I was like, how did he get through security? But I think he's being paid to be here. I waved him over. Whoa, hello, Birdman. So you brought a bird to breakfast?
Yes, it's a hawk. I use him for pest control. It chases away pigeons.
What? What does this bird do to the pigeons? It just kills them, huh?
Yeah, once he catches one, he'll kill it.
That's so badass. This breakfast just went up a whole new level. Well, good luck with all your pigeon killing.
All right, thank you.
All right, breakfast is almost over, but there is one more food I must try, and that is the chocolate fondue. It looks like they have some kind of a bear-shaped cookie, they have a waffle, they have a tiny pancake, and they have a marshmallow. Once you see something you like, you just stick it in the chocolate, I guess. Oh, beautifully coated. Let's try some waffle. Excuse me, sir, could I have a stick, please? What I'm gonna do next is completely unprecedented and has never been attempted before in this buffet. Thank you so much. Right here, a chocolate donut. You might think, oh, there's already enough chocolate on it. Incorrect. You take the stick, you put it through the donut, and now it's time to really get chocolatey. Oh, a chocolate donut. At last, a vanilla donut. Oh yeah, that's nice. Our final plate is complete. Let's go. Let's start with this, the marshmallow. The marshmallow, okay. The quality of chocolate, a little bit bitter. I don't know, they should put milk chocolate in there. But here we have a delicious waffle. The waffle's a little old and dry. I think this is a food that's more for, you know, it's like that Titanic when it's going down. Women and children, that's who's eating this. That said, I did chocolify my chocolate donut. Nice. That's the best one by far. So this is what a 7-star buffet looks like. But next we're gonna see a 7-star suite. I'm talking a room with 2 floors that cost $3,000 per day. Let's head there now and take a look. From the elevator, I'm gonna show you how to get to the room. Now, usually in a hotel, you would just walk down a hallway. That would be boring. Here they do something much more epic. Let's check it out. Here, this huge open space is what leads you to your bedroom. And as you look up, you can see the amazing and unique architecture here for all the different entrances to all the different suites. Now, today I'm in a very special suite. Actually, there's only 3 of these suites in the entire hotel. And it's on the end for a special reason. That's because it has one hell of a view. From the 19th floor, let's take a look at this view. Welcome to the Club Suite Sea View with butler service. It is 330 meters squared. Can I be honest with you? I've not looked around yet. I've just checked in and I'm excited to see how it looks. First, art. Now this hotel room has so many places to sit. Here is the first of many places where you could sit down and think about life and not think about your finances. Here they have some welcome food. The furniture, everything looks like it comes from a different planet. This couch here looks like it was made from the genie in Aladdin. I mean, there is gold everywhere. Maybe even the toilet, I'm not sure. So leaving this lounging area, I'm moving on to the next section, which is a bar with still water and sparkling. What else do they have here? Oh, jackpot. Right here, they do have a refrigerated bar, and come take a look. Coke, Sprite, Red Bull. Down here, they have some champagne and some different wines. Moving on to the next section over here. Like I said, another seating area. This is different from the other place because right there, flat screen TV. Hello there. Moving on, over here we have more food and more high-end alcohol. We've got Macallan, 12-year-old whiskey. We've got Clase Azul, one of the most expensive top-of-the-shelf tequilas in the world. Down here we have an assortment of different snacks. So we've got gummy bears, we've got M&Ms. On this side, almonds, salted smoked almonds. We've got cashews, and we've got mixed nuts. If you get the truffle cashew nuts, that costs $17. Should I do it? My wife is upstairs and she just whispered, don't do it. Tastes like truffle. Lovely. Next, this way. Here we have a circular dining room. The dining room leads to this area over here. All right, that's basically nothing. And then right here we have a guest bathroom. The reverb in here, excellent. Koreans who sing karaoke would absolutely love this. Also, there's a bathtub for your butthole. Moving on. Oh my God, what the heck? There's a whole ass billiards table. It's bigger than a pool table. Then on this side of the room, the view of the ocean is pretty amazing. Here we have an entire full kitchen. We have a coffee machine that's plated in gold, but if you want to steam water, that's just regular ass plastic. There's a microwave, there's an oven. Oh, and there's an exit. Welcome back. So that is the main level, but actually the bedroom is upstairs. Let's go take a look. This is wild. As you enter the top floor here, it's like your bedroom has a lobby. I'm surprised there's not a secretary there taking appointments for nap time. Another seating area right here. This is a good place to sleep, like if you get in a fight with your wife. Oh, wow. I really do feel like Aladdin in here. This is like a little over the top. It's something that would take a little bit of getting used to. Now, if I could live here for free, no problemo. As we head over here, it looks like they have a hidden TV. Oh, check it out.
12 seconds later.
Oh, there it is. Oh, no YouTube? All right, no problem. Bye.
2,000 years later.
Moving on. So that is a bedroom. Let's check out what's over here. This is kind of a closet. First of all, the vanity. This is for the ladies. They even have a Dyson hairdryer. Moving on. In the event of fire, break tube. So here, another mysterious locked door. Down here, a closet. As we head back, we move to the master bathroom. Wow, purple everywhere. Starting off with the sink. A sink for him and her. Wow, look at this soap. I'm definitely taking this home. I'm taking this home. I'm taking this home. I'm taking this home. I'm taking... Damn it, that's attached. Moving on. Here, another toilet. Can I say a little bit of gold on the toilet, but I would like to see more gold. And then perhaps the highlight of the bedroom area, this right here, not a bathtub, but a jacuzzi with several jacuzzi jets. That looks awesome. I'm not gonna show you how it works. That is for the OnlyFan. Why'd you show yourself as the OnlyFan? I don't know.
So far, we've experienced the breakfast buffet, and we've taken a tour of a $3,000 room. But coming up next, lunch. Here at the Burj Al Arab, you can find a range of dining options, from beach clubs and bars to the Skyview Lounge and Michelin-rated restaurants. Since the breakfast buffet was solid, I've decided to give the lunch buffet a try too, at a restaurant known as Al Iwan. The biggest difference, I have to pay for the lunch buffet, and let me tell you, it's not cheap.
It's $140 per person for one buffet. Already I took a quick glance inside. It's not hundreds of foods, it's like 60 foods. Let's take a look. So let's do a super fast tour just so you guys can see like the diminutive size of the buffet. It starts right here with Arabic salad. Right here is something special that I'm gonna show you later. Right here's the center area with all the desserts. Right here there's bread and some main courses. Hello. Hot food items over here, fruit right here, and then some seafood options right here. That's the whole thing. I think perhaps what they're focusing on is the quality. Let's get into it. These are Arabic salads, and this is something I like about going to any new country is trying the local food. Or do I? Right here we have what looks to be a beet dish. It has a strange pink hue. It looks almost like a dessert. Down here, Montebello. I feel like I need a guide just for this buffet. I don't know what anything is. Over here we have Hashke Badinjan. It's got a nice color to it. Right here we have something interesting. This is what they're saying is their specialty. So what is this? Well, I mean, look at how soft and juicy that is. Right on top of the rice piece. Beautiful. Meanwhile, I would like some yogurt, but I like to keep my sauces separated, if you know what I mean. Let's head to the table. All right, folks, we're gonna do a speed run of this buffet, and here's why. It's only open another hour and 5 minutes. I'm gonna take some of this Prussian salad, and I'm gonna put it right here in this pocket. Cold, oniony, a little sweet, like caramelized onions, and maybe some saffron too. And also pomegranate. But I like it. It's got personality. Meanwhile, right here, we have either Jello cubes or a beet salad. That's good. There's some kind of a cream around the beets, so it's creamy. The beets have that great, sweet, earthy flavor. Next food, right here. This is their specialty here. First, I'm gonna hit a little bit of rice. Delicious. It tastes of cumin and also cinnamon. Meanwhile, on top here, we've got that meat. Juicy, soft, tender lamb. It's perfectly balanced, but I'm gonna add some yogurt on. This is a perfect appetizer, but we have limited time. I gotta see more. Let's go back up there and justify this $140. Take a look at this. That looks like a tagine. Right here we have a couscous. Right here we have prawns with hara sauce. Definitely gonna be getting that. Here, lady fish fingers, something I've never heard of before. It does look like whole fried fish. Here we have lamb burgui. Smells very Middle Eastern. And then here we have olives with beef. This one is shish barak. I've not heard of most of these. Over here we have some fried specialties. A lot of this looks like Turkish meze. What is this? Is that a fortune cookie? Oh, it's a lemon. Why not? Look how freaking sweet this guy looks. Dude, look at me. I look like a schlub. I'm putting off a lot of poor people vibes, that guy. Next we have some chicken and another type of chicken. Here I believe we have mixed kebab. This looks like the best thing I've seen so far. And then this is my favorite thing in the world. This is something I had in Lebanon called toum. It's like a white garlic sauce. Right here we have some shrimp. These look gorgeous. This is good enough for this round. Let's go try it out. All right, folks, course 2, and I might just have time for only one more after this, so let's get to it. Here we have some delicious shrimpies. That's not very good. I would expect a shrimp to be more like bouncy. Somehow they made a shrimp that's like old and dry. That shrimp, not for human consumption. But let's see over here. This might be something more to the strength of this hotel. The kebab. We have the sheet kebab and we have the chicken. Now I'm worried about the dryness factor here too, but luckily we have this right here. God's glorious creamy garlic sauce. So the shrimp and this chicken, they're in the desert, right? No, it's just also very dry. I'm not sure what's going on here, but this toum sauce, that's like 10 out of 10. It's creamy. It's like a mayonnaise with like 100x garlic flavor. This should be more juicy. It has more animal fat. Juicy. It's a little rubbery too. I would say pretty passable though. Here's the thing. I don't come here to trash this place. I'm rooting for chefs. I'm rooting for restaurants. This is not easy work. But if you have a buffet that costs 140 bucks and something's not good, I'm gonna tell you. That said, we're moving on to this. It's a whole fried fish. I'm gonna try to pop. Oh, there we go. It comes apart so easily. You can see the ribs and spine right there. We've got this crunchy breaded side and then that fish kind of fillet on the inside. Now I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip in the toum and toss it back. That's really good. The outside is breaded, it's seasoned, it's got a nice crunch and a nice flavor. The fish itself, pretty soft, pretty flaky, but it pairs perfectly with this garlic creamy sauce. This is a big win for me. So that is course number 2. I got time for one more. Let's move. This is the seafood section. First seafood, olives. Second seafood, what are you? These are very small crab clusters. Here we're moving into the mussel territory. Beyond that, we have shrimp. This is the redemption arc of the shrimp. This is a cold shrimp this time, so at least it's not been sitting in some kind of heater box for the last 4 hours. And let's take a look at the desserts. Right here we have a pistachio baklava. And then there's fruit. If you paid $140 to come here and eat fruit, then you have a lot of disposable income and I want to hang out with you because you make poor decisions. This is kanafe. This one is for me off camera, guys. Let's go eat. First, crab. Not very big. Oh, is that something? Can I be honest? It doesn't smell good and it looks kind of black, so I'm not gonna eat it. Instead, I'll risk my life with this, a mussel. Right here, we have lemon. They put it securely in a little bag.
And you're meant to squeeze it with the bag.
Oh, you squeeze it through? Oh my God. Cool, let's try it out. It's a cold mussel, I don't know. I don't think they really did anything to it. There's some herbs on there, but not especially tasty and perhaps a little bit risky. Here's what I really care about right here. A chance at redemption. These are little cold shrimpies. Better. It's basically a cocktail shrimp. They put some sauce on it. The sauce doesn't really have flavor. It's bouncier this time, that's good. But I gotta say, there's nothing special happening here. With each bite I take, my heart is breaking and my wallet is breaking even more. The last thing I have here is some kanafe. It's a Turkish dessert made from cheese. Yep, that's it. That is a kanafe, and that's a nice cheese pull. That's in Turkey. Let's give it a shot and see if it's any good. It's like cream cheese or something inside? I give up. I've been to buffets that cost a couple of dollars that are better than this. And if somebody sees this video, it's not personal, but you gotta do something to make it worth that money, right? This is one of the worst buffets I've ever been to. Why am I eating it?
So lunch turned out to be a bit of a disaster, but I can't let that kill my enthusiasm for the rest of my stay. So here's my plan. For dinner, instead of dining out and eating one meal, I'm dining in and ordering half the menu. A strategy that's bound to land me with something delicious.
All right, folks, we have our room service selection right here. Come take a look. All the way from here, salt, pepper, butter, condiments, free bread, not free bread, Arab food, seafood, all the way to something American over here. We're gonna go through all of these one by one, and I'm gonna tell you the ridiculous prices that I'm paying for this. Let's start with this right here. In front of me, these are oysters Gillardeau. Half dozen mignonette with vinegar, Tabasco, lemon, and brown bread. Basically, you put the oyster on a piece of rye bread and you eat it like that. Nice. Hit it with a little bit of vinegar and toss it back. Sour from the vinegar, very briny, but fresh and crunchy. I like it. So let's talk about the price of the oysters. $104. That means per oyster, I'm paying it's roughly $17 per oyster. I can see it both ways. On one hand, that is very expensive. On the other hand, these oysters probably grew up in France, then they had to get a visa to come to Dubai. They came here, they came up the elevator, they came into my room, they got eaten. Maybe that's worth 17 bucks. The next food, this is chicken wings coming in at $36. It looks like a chicken McNugget on a bone. Here we have a sweet chili sauce. I'm gonna get a little bit of a dip. I would say the breading is okay. It's kind of like a light dusting of panko or something, but the chicken is pretty juicy, and I love the way you can just slide it right off the bone. Moving on to our next food right here, the burger. This is the Burj Al Arab burger. First of all, this burger is 100% Wagyu. Now, it doesn't necessarily make sense to have a Wagyu beef patty since it's ground up meat anyways, and you can already decide how much fat and protein you want to mix together in the beef patty, but moving on. It also has a brioche bun, cheddar cheese, lettuce, and tomato. All standard stuff. There's no foie gras, there's no gold. The price is $58. Take a look at it. To be fair, that does include French fries. The French fries are pretty decent. The burger is pretty huge, although it is sliding off the bun. Let's give it a shot. It's not bad. The construction could use a little bit of work. They have a lot of watery ingredients on the bottom, and so the bun has already broken. That is a soggy $58 burger bun. Here's what you have to do. Either you put the vegetables on the side, or you put lettuce on the bottom. Lettuce creates a perfect buffer. Then all the wet stuff on top, that keeps that bottom bun dry. Moving on, we have one food remaining right here. This is the Arabic seafood mixed grill. It has sea bass, lobster, squid, prawns, and even charmoula sauce right here. This is the most expensive thing that I ordered. This plate right here is $114. I want to start with some fish. That's good. Juicy. A great seasoning, a little bit of oil. I gotta say, that's one of the best bites I've had all day so far. From there, we have squid. It's like a little squid popat. It tastes delicious. It's got just the right amount of chili powder, spices, and heavy oil. Next, we've got shrimp. Last of all, we have half a lobster right here. It looks glorious. This is the pinnacle of this meal. Let's give it a shot. Perfectly cooked. Everything has the same seasoning, oil, spice on it, but they're all bringing their own flavor, personality to the party. So those are 4 random dishes that you can get for in-room dining here at the Burj Al Arab. The total price that I spent for everything is this. Yeah. That sucks. Overall, I found the room service to be good. That burger really missed the mark though. I mean, look at it. It looks like it lost a street fight.
This concludes our dining experience at one of the world's most opulent hotels, a place that has risen above the norm, earning itself an extra 2 stars. But how many stars would you give it?
4. Not out of 5, 4 out of 7. Even though I don't think it was the best food experience, I do think this was an experience worth having. I mean, just look at this modern marvel. It looks amazing. It's amazing that human beings are able to construct something like this. But then you realize those human beings that inspired you are the same ones charging you $320 for a small bottle of Clase Azul tequila. That's right, that bottle, that's how much it costs. Isn't that wild?
Today I experienced the breakfast buffet, a pretty good one actually. But then came the lunch buffet. For $140, I was hoping for much more, like fresh food stations, live cooking. To me, that buffet should have cost no more than 30 bucks. Finally, the in-room dining dinner. It was okay, but my main issue, a $60 burger that was soggy. That one really broke my heart.
So those are just my thoughts. I know for a lot of you watching, $3,000 a night, it's not much money. So for you, probably worth it. But let me know what you think. Is this an experience you would like to have if it was, you know, free dollars? Otherwise, that is it for this video. This is our final moment in our final video here in Dubai. I had a great time. This is my first time coming to the United Arab Emirates, and I've never felt so united and so Arab. I hope you enjoyed this video and this series. Let me know where else I should go in the Middle East next. Otherwise, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.